My name is Ethel Noray, and I live at Signal Hill. One day while bathing in the bathroom, as a woman, you're supposed to bathe and soap up your skin and, feel up your body. And I found a lump. And when I found the lump, I feel it again, and it was this lump. And I finished bathing. I went inside, asked my daughter to come and examine me. And she said, yes, Mommy, it is a lump. So right away, I went to the doctor. And after visiting the doctor, he told me nothing to worry about. He gave me some tablets to take, say that will go away. But it didn't. Instead of that, it just rise like, when I put yeast in a bread, something like that. So I went back to him, and after going back to him, they do further tests. After doing the further test, they took this, they cut out a piece of the breast to the bottom and sent it to the lab. They sent it to the lab, and a couple months after, I did not get any results. So I have a friend who had told about it. We had a sheep farm here. I was into agriculture. So told this friend about it, and she said, I have a sister in Trinidad who go to a doctor, and I will get the number and I will send it to you. She did just that. And I took the number and I called to Trinidad and make an appointment and go to see the doctor down there. And after doing a biopsy, he told me to come back in a week's time. And when I go back in a week's time, I was diagnosed with cancer. He said the breast is malignant. So I asked him, what is that? And let him break it down and whatever. And he did just that. And he told me what it is and what will happen. As a woman, you have to really brace yourself. It is not easy for us as women knowing that you have to lose our breasts, It will take time, When he told me, I stayed for a while, then I cried, and then, I start talking to God, asking God, why me? You have to, some women, they will put a death sentence on their body when they hear cancer. They put a death sentence on their body, and, you get confused at that time. But when when you have God within you, and when you have a good family, when you have your family and friends around you to support you, that is what counts. So after the doctor told me about this thing, I have to get a mastectomy and things like that, I called home to my family here, and I told them what happened, and straight away the news started spreading. I called my husband, my children, and they started praying. People gather in different groups, different churches and things, and they prayed, some pray and fast. My daughters and them, they prayed and fasted, and then they came down. Within 2 days, I was due for the operation. I went in like the Friday. They tested and found it out on the Friday, and by the Tuesday, I did the operation, and we took out the breast. It's not easy, as a woman losing your breast. You get withdrawn from people. You want to know how people will think about you. people will watch you, to see. But when you have your family and friends to support you, I have my husband who usually come and sit and sing and things like that. And my daughter, she used to go to school in Trinidad, in university. I was staying with her. So she used to make sure everything is okay. And it have the people around from the church. She used to come, while she going to school, they used to come to visit me to see how we're going. Right now, I'm so happy. God is good and great. You have to keep trusting in God. He said to call upon me and I will answer thee and show thee great and mighty thing which thou knowest not. Right? And you have to really trust God. Put everything into his hands. Right? He said, I shall not die but live to declare the works of the Lord. And all these words I keep in my heart. I shall not die but live, because I have to go to tell people, to encourage people, of the goodness of God. Especially when you call on him, he hears you. Sometimes he do it in an instant, and sometimes it take a little time. But as you could see yourself, that God is good and great. He has done so much for me. I go and help people. Sometimes I go to homes to encourage people, or people will call me, and I will go and talk to them and tell them, how they're supposed to deal with this thing. Because it's not easy for some people, because fear does a lot, It's fear could do so much. Sometimes you hear cancer, you give your death sentence on yourself already. But God, with God in the vessel, you have no problem at all, My encouragement to people out there is to, when you find a lump is to examine yourself first of all. You could examine yourself in your bathroom by soaping your skin and examine your skin, or you could lie on your bed and feel up your bust, whatever. And if there is a lump anywhere, you could go to the doctor. If you're feeling pain, go to the doctor. Sometimes you're feeling pain in your chest or whatever, and then you say it's gas. But not everything is gas. Go and check the doctor, and the doctor will give you the final result, and then you will move from there. God is good and great, right? And the best thing is to live for him. Make sure you live for him. You eat right. You exercise right. Make sure you drink plenty of water too. You must drink a lot of water. Eat a lot of vegetables, fibers, and things like that. Okay?